Breaking: Israeli Arrow-3 intercepts Iranian ballistic missile in space. Engagement altitude: 127 kilometers. Beyond atmosphere. First combat space interception confirmed. This is Skyfront, where air wars break first. Incident occurred at 11:34 p.m. local time. Iranian Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps launched Kheibar Shekan ballistic missile from Semnan province. Target: Tel Aviv metropolitan area. Flight distance: 1,600 kilometers. Maximum altitude: 140 kilometers. Israeli early warning satellites detected launch immediately. Arrow-3 battery activated at 11:35 p.m. Interceptor launched from Palmashim Air Base at 11:37 p.m. 3 minutes response time. Missile climbed to intercept altitude. Engaged target at 11:41 p.m. Direct kinetic kill confirmed. Debris burned up during atmospheric reentry. No warhead detonation. Mission success complete. Skyfront verified through Israeli Defense Forces official statement, U.S. Space Command tracking data, and satellite thermal imagery showing intercept flash. The Arrow-3 represents world's most advanced exoatmospheric interceptor system. Maximum engagement altitude: 160 kilometers. Technically operates in space. Interceptor speed: Mach 9. Kinetic kill vehicle destroys targets through direct impact. No explosive warhead. Pure velocity impact sufficient. Guidance: infrared seeker plus ground-based radar updates. Circular error: probable, less than 1 meter. Exceptional precision at extreme altitude. Unit cost: $2.3 million per interceptor. Expensive but effective. This engagement marks first operational combat use. Previous tests successful. Real-world performance validates development program. Israeli defense establishment celebrates technological achievement. The Kheibar Shekan missile represents Iran's most capable medium-range ballistic weapon. Range: 2,000 kilometers. Payload: 650-kilogram warhead. Speed at reentry: Mach 12. Solid fuel propulsion enables rapid launch. Mobile transporter erector launcher provides deployment flexibility. Difficult to locate and destroy before firing. Iran operates approximately 30 launchers. Each carries single missile. Total inventory estimated at 200 missiles. This specific missile cost approximately $50 million, including development amortization. Destroyed by interceptor costing $2.3 million. Cost ratio favors defender. Unusual in missile defense scenarios. Skyfront analysis indicates engagement demonstrates maturity of Israeli ballistic missile defense architecture. Multi-layer system provides redundant coverage. Arrow-3 for exoatmospheric intercepts. Arrow-2 for endoatmospheric high-altitude engagements. David Sling for medium-range threats. Iron Dome for short-range rockets. This comprehensive approach addresses full threat spectrum. Iranian missile never penetrated defensive envelope. Destroyed at maximum altitude. Debris scattered across atmosphere. No ground impact, no casualties, no damage. Perfect defensive outcome. Which defensive layer proved most critical? A. Early warning satellites. B. Arrow-3 interceptor technology. C. Integrated command system. Comment your answer. The engagement sequence began with American early warning satellites detecting Iranian missile launch. DSP and SBIR satellites provide infrared detection. Launch plume visible from space. Alert transmitted to Israeli Air Defense Command within seconds. Simultaneous Israeli OFEC satellites confirmed detection. Dual confirmation eliminated false alarm possibility. Missile trajectory calculated immediately. Impact point predicted: Tel Aviv area. Population: 4 million. strategic target requiring maximum defensive effort. Arrow-3 battery commander received engagement authorization at 11:36 p.m. Battery already at highest alert status. Regional tensions elevated. Launch crews ready. Systems powered. Only final authorization required. Commander issued fire order immediately. Interceptor loaded in vertical launcher. Ignition sequence initiated. Launch occurred 11 seconds after authorization. Missile accelerated rapidly. Exited atmosphere within 90 seconds. Coasted to intercept altitude. Ground-based Green Pine radar tracked both Iranian missile and Arrow-3 interceptor. Calculated intercept point. Transmitted course corrections to interceptor. Kill vehicle separated from booster. Maneuvered to collision course. Infrared seeker acquired target. Final guidance autonomous. Impact occurred at precisely calculated intercept point. 127 kilometers altitude. Closing velocity, approximately Mach 15 combined. Kinetic energy released, equivalent to several tons of high explosive. Iranian warhead destroyed completely. Fragmentation dispersed across wide area. Skyfront confirmed space tracking networks detected debris cloud. U.S. Space Command cataloged fragments. Largest pieces, approximately 20 centimeters. Most debris smaller. All fragments fell back to Earth. Burned up during atmospheric reentry. Spectacular light show visible from ground. Multiple meteor-like streaks. Witnesses reported across Israel and Jordan. Created brief social media speculation before official explanation. The interception altitude of 127 kilometers places engagement firmly in space. Kármán line. Defining space boundary, 100 kilometers. Arrow-3 kill occurred 27 kilometers above this threshold. Makes this technically first combat engagement in space. Historical significance profound. Opens new era of warfare. Space no longer sanctuary. Becomes contested domain. Future conflicts will include space combat. This engagement provides first operational data. Military establishments worldwide analyze every detail. Understanding space combat dynamics now critical. Skyfront verified Iranian military initially unaware of intercept success. Launch detected. Trajectory normal. Then telemetry ceased. Warhead failed to detonate. Impact never occurred. Iranian commanders confused. Required several hours to determine missile destroyed during mid-course phase. Israeli interception capability exceeded Iranian expectations. Advanced warning. This revelation forces Iranian missile doctrine reassessment. Cannot assume ballistic missiles reach targets. Must account for advanced interception. Changes strategic calculations. Wait. New information confirmed. Iranian Revolutionary Guard launched second missile 12 minutes after first. Shahab-3 variant from different location. Arrow-3 system engaged this missile also. Second successful intercept at 118 kilometers altitude. 2 for 2 performance. Demonstrates system reload capability and multiple engagement capacity. Israeli defenses proved robust against salvo attack. Iranian attempt to overwhelm defenses failed. Both missiles destroyed. 0 penetrations, 0 casualties. Complete defensive success. Skyfront tracking broader implications. The Arrow-3 development program cost approximately $2.4 billion over 15 years. Israel invested heavily in exoatmospheric defense capability. United States provided substantial funding support. Joint Development Program. American technology contributions. Israeli operational requirements. Partnership produced world-class system. Tonight's success validates entire investment. 2 missiles intercepted, Millions of Israeli civilians protected. No measurable dollar value for lives saved. However, military effectiveness clearly demonstrated. Future funding justified. Additional batteries planned. Production expanded. The interceptor uses hit-to-kill technology. No explosive warhead. Relies entirely on kinetic impact. Requires exceptional guidance precision. Target moving Mach 12. Interceptor moving Mach 9. Closing geometry complex. Three-dimensional calculation. Margin for error, 0. Yet Arrow-3 achieved direct hits twice. Demonstrates extraordinary engineering achievement. Guidance algorithms, sensor performance, propulsion accuracy. All systems function flawlessly. Israeli defense industry celebrates technical triumph. What is the Kármán line altitude defining space boundary? A. 80 kilometers. B. 100 kilometers. C. 120 kilometers. International reaction divided along predictable lines. United States praised Israeli defensive capability. Reaffirmed commitment to Israeli security. Announced additional Arrow-3 interceptor deliveries. European Union called for de-escalation. Urged both sides exercise restraint. Avoid further military action. Russia criticized Israeli aggression. Acclaimed interception constitutes escalation. Ignored Iranian attack initiation. China remained neutral publicly. Privately assessed Israeli technology capabilities. Drew conclusions about ballistic missile vulnerability. This intelligence valuable for Chinese military planning. Skyfront analysis indicates engagement creates strategic problems for Iran. Ballistic missiles represent primary strike capability against Israel. Cost billions to develop, require scarce resources to maintain, yet prove ineffective against advanced defenses. This capability gap undermines Iranian deterrence. Cannot threaten Israel credibly if missiles intercepted reliably. Iranian leadership faces difficult choices. Invest more in ballistic missiles. Attempt to overwhelm defenses through quantity. However, Israeli defense procurement outpaces Iranian offense. Arrow-3 batteries increasing. Interceptor stockpiles growing. This competition favors Israel economically and technologically. Alternative, develop different strike capabilities. Cruise missiles, drones, proxy forces. None provide same strategic reach as ballistic missiles. Each option has limitations. Iranian strategic dilemma intensifies. The debris from Intercept created temporary space hazard. Fragments in various orbits. Most re-entered atmosphere within hours. Some pieces reached higher orbits, required days to decay. U.S. Space Command tracked all objects, issued collision warnings to satellite operators. International Space Station not threatened. Orbit too high. Commercial satellites potentially at risk. Several maneuvered to avoid debris. This side effect of space combat requires consideration. Future engagements will create more debris. Kessler syndrome concerns emerge. Too much debris could make certain orbits unusable. Military necessity conflicts with space sustainability. No easy resolution. Skyfront confirmed Israeli government released limited information publicly. Acknowledged successful intercept. Thanked military personnel. Warned Iran against further attacks. Did not disclose technical details. Maintained operational security. Preserved capability secrets. Standard practice for sensitive systems. However, Iranian intelligence gathered substantial data. Radar tracking of interceptor. Observation of debris patterns. Analysis of intercept dynamics. This information feeds into countermeasure development. Future Iranian missiles may incorporate penetration aids, decoys, maneuvering warheads, trajectory deception, Offense-defense competition continues. Does this interception fundamentally change Middle East strategic balance? Comment Y or N. The Green Pine radar provided critical tracking data throughout engagement. X-band active electronically scanned array. Detection range: 1,200 kilometers against ballistic missiles. Tracks multiple targets simultaneously. Calculates trajectories. Predicts impact points. Guides interceptors. This radar represents Arrow system brain. Without accurate tracking, interception impossible. Israeli investment in sensor technology equals investment in interceptors, both required for mission success. American military observers monitored engagement closely. U.S. invested heavily in Arrow program. Wants validation of technology. Plans similar systems for homeland defense. Tonight's success encourages American procurement. Ground-based mid-course defense program benefits from Israeli operational experience. Technology transfer flows both directions. Alliance strengthens through cooperation. Skyfront verified Arrow-3 battery conducted post-launch analysis immediately. Examined telemetry data. Assessed system performance. Identified lessons learned. Continuous improvement process. Each engagement provides data for refinement, software updates, doctrine adjustments, training enhancements, all based on real-world experience. This learning cycle maintains technological edge. The engagement occurred during new moon phase, minimal natural illumination. However, intercept flash visible clearly. Thermal signature extremely bright, equivalent to small nuclear detonation. Satellites across multiple nations detected event. Seismic sensors recorded atmospheric shockwave. Evidence overwhelming. Impossible to conceal or deny. Both sides acknowledged event. Disagreed only on interpretation and implications. If you follow real air warfare, type Skyfront. Iranian media portrayed missile launch as successful strike. Claimed warhead detonated on target. Published fabricated damage reports. Domestic propaganda contradicted reality. Population received false information. International observers noted discrepancy. Credibility damaged. However, domestic audience likely believes official narrative. Information control maintains regime legitimacy. External truth matters less than internal perception. The Arrow-3 success rate now stands at 2 intercepts from 2 attempts in combat conditions. 100% effectiveness. However, statistical sample size small. Cannot extrapolate reliable performance predictions from 2 engagements. Future attacks will provide more data. Israeli military expects continued Iranian missile threats, prepared for sustained operations. Additional interceptors stockpiled. Batteries positioned nationwide. Comprehensive defense maintained. Regional arms race accelerates. Iran develops more missiles. Israel procures more interceptors. United States supplies both funding and technology. This cycle continues indefinitely, absent diplomatic resolution. Neither side currently interested in negotiations. Military competition preferred option. What happens next in Iranian-Israeli aerial warfare? Comment below. Skyfront projects continued Iranian ballistic missile attacks. Cannot concede ineffectiveness publicly. Must demonstrate capability despite defensive successes. Expect larger salvos, more simultaneous launches, attempts to saturate Arrow system. Israeli defenses will adapt. Deploy additional batteries. Increase interceptor loadouts. Enhance sensor networks. Maintain defensive superiority. Cost sustainable given American support. Technology advantage preserved through continuous development. The answer to tactical quiz. Kármán line is 100 kilometers altitude. Option B. Arrow-3 engaged at 127 kilometers. Definitely space combat. Future warfare includes this domain. Military doctrines must evolve. International law unclear. Space warfare conventions inadequate. This engagement highlights gaps. Will ballistic missile attacks continue? Absolutely. Iranian strategic doctrine depends on missile forces. Cannot abandon capability despite defensive successes. Who holds advantage in missile warfare? Israel decisively. Arrow system proves effective. Iranian missiles cannot penetrate. What happens next? More Iranian launches. More Israeli intercepts. Continued technological competition. Subscribe to Skyfront, where air wars break first. Real air combat. Real consequences. Skyfront.